Early on every year, Xbox holds a developer direct where they highlight usually 4 or 5 games that you can be excited for that are coming within that year. At this year's developer direct, they highlighted 4 games that would be shown off, plus a secret 5th game. And the secret 5th game was Ninja Gaiden 4, a sequel to a popular series that hasn't been around for over a decade at this point. Alongside this, they also revealed Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, a remaster remake of the original Ninja Gaiden 2 with changes that kind of blend the Ninja Gaiden 2 Sigma and regular together into something new. Now, like many of you, sometimes when I've never experienced a series before and I see that a new entry has been announced, my mind goes to, hey, maybe this is when I'll get into this series. Maybe I'll start here and become a huge fan of this new property. So that's what I did. I immediately went into Ninja Gaiden Black on the original Xbox because there was a sale to get the game for only $5. I didn't know what to expect. I always heard that these games were very challenging but not much else. And I was shocked by how amazing Ninja Gaiden Black was. I don't feel like it's been done justice for just how good it is. A lot of people say that it's hard or it's like a fighting game, and I just don't feel like that's enough to describe what it is. It's this big, like, labyrinthian, exploratory type of game where you go through different dungeons, temples, areas, find keys, figure out puzzles, have different fights as Ryu, boss fights, and it really resembles something closer to a Resident Evil 4 than it does what the rest of the series became. It's an action adventure. It's not just about fighting. It's not just about difficulty. You know, people compare it to Souls because of the hard bosses, which it does have those, but like, this is something else entirely. And by the time I finished playing Ninja Gaiden Black, I was amazed. I was like, this is a masterpiece of a game. A 10/10. This goes up there with some of the greats like Resident Evil 4. I really, really enjoyed it. So I was excited to get into Ninja Gaiden 2. So what did I do? I did what most of you would probably think is a huge mistake, and instead of going into Ninja Gaiden 2 properly on the Xbox 360, I went into Ninja Gaiden 2 Black that had just released this year because I heard that it fixed a lot of the problems with the Sigma version that people didn't care for. So I start up Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, and the presentation wasn't bad, the combat was awesome, I was having a great time, and maybe I would have liked this game more had I played the original, and I still need to do that. I know that's a mistake on my part, but I have to say, my immediate kind of response after playing a few hours of Ninja Gaiden 2 Black was that this isn't really much anything like the first Ninja Gaiden. I thought the Ninja Gaiden series after playing the first game was going to be this game where you explore and go through different kind of temples or dungeons, and you find keys and you unlock stuff and do puzzles and you move forward in that kind of way where the combat kind of supplements all of that. But for some reason, the direction of Ninja Gaiden going forward just ended up being going into rooms and hacking and slashing like a Devil May Cry. Now, obviously, the combat's deep, it's varied, there's multiple difficulties, it's a very well-tuned, very good game. But I got excited for what Ninja Gaiden Black on the original Xbox was and was expecting more of that. What I ended up getting was this kind of other variant of Devil May Cry, so I found that kind of disappointing. So I enjoyed my time with Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. I liked it. It was a good game, but I came away a little underwhelmed. And I think most of that has to do with the fact that it's not like Ninja Gaiden Black, the first game, and it is more just this kind of run room to room doing action stuff. But there's also the potential that, you know, the pacing was killed by the additional chapters and there's less enemies and all that stuff because I didn't play the original Ninja Gaiden 2. So I need to definitely get back to that, but it was a little underwhelming coming off of Ninja Gaiden Black. I guess maybe the reason there's a lot of people that say Ninja Gaiden 2 is the best is because people who want more of that combat-focused game, that is kind of the peak of the series when it comes to that. I mean, Ninja Gaiden 1 is something different entirely in my mind. But after finishing Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, I thought, well, I'm not going to jump into Ninja Gaiden 3 because that's the one everyone says sucks and isn't very good, and like 2 is supposed to be the peak, and I was already kind of a little underwhelmed by that one. And I know there's the Razor's Edge edition, which makes it a lot better, and that if I do play Ninja Gaiden 3, I need to play the Razor's Edge version. But I decided I'm just going to take a little breather. I've went through 2 Ninja Gaiden games. Let's take a break. And I didn't play Ninja Gaiden again until Ninja Gaiden Ragebound came out. And this is definitely a personal thing. It's a me thing, nothing else. But I don't really enjoy playing 2D games, side-scrolling games. Like, it's just, I have fun, but like the fun's fleeting, and I don't know. I was born in 1992. Maybe I'm just 3D brained and I can't get around to just really appreciating those for what they are. But I still purchased and played through the entirety of Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. Had a great time, great action, a lot of fun, love the abilities, love the bosses. And I was kind of set up for Ninja Gaiden 4 at this point. I thought, I've played Ninja Gaiden Black, Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, an old school type 2D Ninja Gaiden with Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. And I was excited for Ninja Gaiden 4. And I thought, this is probably going to be a slam dunk because everyone was so cold on Ninja Gaiden 3. This will be a comeback. It's made by Platinum Games. And finally, Ninja Gaiden 4 comes around, and it comes out. And I boot it up and I start playing it, and I'm having a great time again, just like Ninja Gaiden 2. But once again, I'm kind of in this position where, okay, so Ninja Gaiden really has just become this room-to-room hack-and-slash game, right? Like the stuff that came with Ninja Gaiden Black on the original Xbox, that's gone, that's done, that's 21 years in the past, that's never coming back. So I just have to look at it through that mindset. So that's what I start to do. Ninja Gaiden 4, it's got that great combat that you expect from Platinum Games. It's got the blood, it's got the gore, it's got some great music. You play as Yakumo most of the time, which is this new character, and he works for the most part. I really like him. He's kind of edgy, he's fun. You only play as Ryu for a few missions, which was kind of surprising. But by the time I got to the end of Ninja Gaiden 4, I was just filled with a lot of different feelings. On one hand, I thought Ninja Gaiden 4 was a good game that delivered on its promise for the most part, but it was kind of repetitive, and it wasn't as good as Ninja Gaiden 2, and you didn't really play as Ryu that often, and I thought some of the bosses were underwhelming, and a lot of the reused content, it felt like it was kind of longer than it needed to be, a little bloated, so I was already a little down on it from that, but then I was also just kind of thinking back on my whole experience with the Ninja Gaiden series, starting with Ninja Gaiden Black, and then going to 2, and then going to Ragebound, and now Ninja Gaiden 4, skipping over Ninja Gaiden 3, of course, which I need to get back to, but I just kind of look at the whole series, and I don't have the feelings that I usually have when I dive deep into a series I've never been a fan of before, and I play through them all. Usually what that means is I'm going to come out this huge fan that sticks with the series forever going forward. I mean, I did that with Metal Gear, I've done that with a lot of other series, and with Ninja Gaiden, I'm just not so sure. Ninja Gaiden Black on the original Xbox is a 10/10. It's a masterpiece. It's one of the best games I've ever played. I love that game. I will replay it. I will champion it. But Ninja Gaiden 2 and 4 and Ragebound were just great games that, were hacking and slashing and going from one encounter to the next. It didn't have the depth that I loved from Ninja Gaiden Black. So where does this leave me? I'm into the series, but I'm not as hot on it as I would like to be after playing 4 entries. I have a couple of options here. I could go back and play Ninja Gaiden 2 on the original 360. Of course, I'll play it on Xbox Series X with backwards compatibility and all the benefits that brings, and see if that does any more for me, even though I have to go in expecting that this is not going to be the same type of game as the first. It's going to be more just about the fighting. I could go into Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge and see if that appeals to me in a different way. I know it's a different game than the others. It's not as loved, so I feel like it's probably not something I'm going to like as much as 2. Or I can go back to even more of the original Ninja Gaiden games that were 2D, which is probably not the direction I'll take because even though Ragebound was so good, like I said, I'm just not into that style of game. So I think what I'm going to end up probably doing is taking a little break from the Ninja Gaiden series. It's a good series. It's potentially even a great series if the action-based Devil May Cry stuff is really your thing. But I think my biggest takeaway from this whole experience with Ninja Gaiden is just, wow, I slept on Ninja Gaiden Black. From 2005, I believe maybe it was 2004 was the Black release. But I really slept on that game. It is very special. It is up there with a lot of the greats, original Dooms, Resident Evil 4, Halo Combat Evolved, Half-Life. It's one of those staple games that is so good and of such high quality, and I can't believe how good it looks and plays and what it is for the time that it came out. But the rest of the series, I didn't really need to play. I mean, I had a good time. I'm glad that I've played them, but I think if Ninja Gaiden is going to be no more than just another variant of Devil May Cry going forward, it's probably not really for me. I wonder if you guys have ever had an experience like that before, where you get into a series and one game really, really captured you, and then the rest kind of just left you wanting more. What are your thoughts on my opinions on Ninja Gaiden? Am I way off? Am I silly, crazy, dumb? What am I missing here where I felt like the first game was so special and the rest of the series was just good, if not great, but, more or less okay to me? I would love to know your thoughts on what I should do next, if my experience with Ninja Gaiden is normal for Ninja Gaiden fans, or if it's an outlier. What's your favorite Ninja Gaiden, and what do you think makes a Ninja Gaiden game a Ninja Gaiden game? What has to be there? What's essential for it to be this quality experience in this franchise that you know and love? I would love to hear that. If you would leave a comment below, or a like, or a subscribe, I would much appreciate that. It's been a great experience going through Ninja Gaiden. Even if I didn't become the huge fan that I hoped I'd be, I still really enjoyed it. Thank you to my Patreon producers Kyle, Cory, Colin, and Preyanshu. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.